Hey, what's up guys? I'm Lan here. Welcome back to a new video on this channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about iOS 16.4 Beta 3 battery life and performance. So I've been using iOS 16.4 Beta 3 full time on this iPhone 12, and also I have it on an older device like iPhone 10R. So in this video, let's talk about how's the battery life holding up after using it for a couple of days. And also I'm going to talk about any performance related issues that I have noticed in these few days of using iOS 16.4 Beta 3. In this video, let's have a deeper look at the battery life and the day by day battery stats and the talk about battery health and all. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Let's get right into the video. But before that, if you're new here and happen to enjoy this kind of videos on this channel, do give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel. Now with that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first things first, let me talk about this iPhone 12 because I've been using iOS 16.4 Beta 3 full time on this iPhone 12, and I also have it on iPhone 10R as I said before. So if I go to the general and about settings and if I click on the iOS version, just for your reference, 20E5229E is the new build number for iOS 16.4 Beta 3. And if we first talk about when we can expect iOS 16.4 Beta 4, and then we can talk about in next 2 days, that means on 14th or 15th we can expect iOS 16.4 Beta 4, and in the following week probably the RC, and the next week we can receive the iOS 16.4 public release. So that's actually my expectation and when we can expect iOS 16.4 update for all of our iPhones. But now let's talk about the battery health and the battery life and the performance. So as I said before, talking about the new changes, Apple is actually restricting how you can update your device, and they have been removing the profile sort of things. So if I show you again, if you come to the general and click on this VPN and device management, as you can see, apart from this office profile, there are no additional profile for iOS 16 beta users or iOS 16 beta profiles. So Apple is getting rid of the profile concept and they are mostly focusing on the developer's email ID. So if you are, or if your email ID is registered to Apple's developer program, you would be sort of be able to update. So if you again go to the general and click on the software updates, there is a section called beta updates. If you click on that, as you can see, it is checked on iOS 16 developers beta. So whatever the beta update comes in, you would be sort of able to get that update, and your email ID which is tied to this beta updates would be displayed here. So the same thing, so last week I said that this has been used by one of my friends. So if I show you on my phone, if I go to the general and software update, and let's wait, as you can see, beta updates. So my email ID is also being shown now because I have also registered for Apple developers. So the concept of getting the profiles for free from internet and getting and installing the beta updates or the developer beta updates is going away. So if you want to get the beta updates or the developer beta updates, now you have to pay and you have to register your email ID with the Apple developers beta program. So in that way it will be more secure, and the intended features or the experimental features will be visible, or will be pushed to those people who are really interested and can appreciate the Apple developers program. So that was the main focus of iOS 16.4 beta 2 and beta 3. So Apple has been doing sort of tightening up their security so that in a way sort of who can get the updates and who cannot. So let's talk about now the battery life and performance. Now talking about, as I said before, I've been using iPhone 12 full time with iOS 16.4 beta 3, and let's take a look at the battery life, right? So if I go to the settings and if I go to the battery, before taking a look at the battery health and the battery graph, let's go here. And as I said before, after updating, the battery health is 86%, and it still supports peak performance capability. Now if I go back and if I show you, as you can see, for last 24 hours the screen on time is 5 hours 10 minutes, and screen off or the screen idle time is 1 hour 15 minutes. I'm happy to report that the screen idle time is not that much, and if you talk about last 10 days, as you can see, average screen on time is 5 hours 26 minutes and average screen off time is 1 hour 42 minutes. And during last 10 days, these are all the applications that consume this iPhone battery life, talking about Instagram, WhatsApp, and you can see the series of or the list of applications that consume the battery life. Now I would say the battery life has never been exceptional with this regular series of iPhones, even especially when you're using beta series of updates. But definitely iOS 16.4 beta 3 is a considerable improvement over the past betas of iOS 16.4. But don't expect something the battery life will be good, or I could get all day long battery life, at least from the devices like iPhone 12. Maybe with iPhone 14 you might get a full day of battery life, but with this iPhone 12, as I said before, I had to charge my iPhone twice a day in sort of to get to the end of the day. So that's has been my experience with the battery life. Talking about the performance, I'm happy to say that I've been using this iOS 16.4 beta 1, 2 and 3, and I have to say that the swipe home issue or the swipe home bug, wherein you actually go to any application and while you are getting out of that application or swiping home to go to the home screen, there is to be an animation lag. So that lag has sort of been fixed with iOS 16.4 beta series of updates, and I've never seen that even after using my phone extensively for over a considerable amount of time. So I'm happy to see that that issue have been fixed. So let me know that if you still have that issue, and many of you have reported that I'm using iOS 16.3 or 16.3.1 and still facing that issue. I would suggest you that you wait probably by end of the month or probably by April first week. Once you get iOS 16.4 public release, then install that update, and hopefully that swipe home issue would be resolved for all the users out there. Now talking about the performance, the other perspective, many of you were requesting for the Geekbench score. So after using it for a couple of days, these are the single core and the multi-core score for Geekbench 5. As you can see, the single core score came in about 1578 and the multi-core score came in about 4045. So these are the benchmark or the Geekbench 5 scores with iPhone 12. Let me know if you use any Geekbench or 5 or any benchmarking softwares to kind of measure your performance, but these definitely don't reflect the real world performance. So in general there are no issues at the moment. People were seeing some connectivity issues, but personally I would say after once I updated to iOS 16.4 betas, even especially with beta 2 and beta 3, the network connectivity also have been improved, and with this kind of 5G support and Wi-Fi 5G support, we don't get to see any kind of network issues. At least I'm lucky. And also this iOS 16.4, in some of the phones you would get a modem firmware update. So make sure if you're updating to the latest betas, you do have a new modem firmware which is expected to fix all your existing network issues. So then again, that's all I wanted to talk about this iOS 16.4 beta 3, and even on this iPhone XR, the experience has been good so far. No problems, although I don't use this phone regularly, but whenever I use the screen, idle time has been pretty less for me. So that means the background apps are not taking too much of battery or consuming too much of battery life when I'm not using this phone. So then again, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.